Jaguar Nation, welcome to the Jaguar Football Show, where we bring you all the exciting action of the Southern University football program. It's brought to you by Coca-Cola, Louisiana Lottery, Communities of Color Network, Tobacco Free Living, Hollywood Casino, the Louisiana Seafood Marketing and Promotion Board, and Jerry Lane Chevrolet. Hello and welcome to the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Dawson Odums, where here we are talking football and talking a little politics as we start week 13 of the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Dawson Odums. We come to you each week from Hollywood Casino, located at 1717 River Road. We invite you to come out Monday nights about 6:30, watch the show, talk a little SU football. Of course, thank you to Hollywood Casino. They gave away 13 pair of tickets to Bayou Classic. All you had to do was go down on the boat and register. Coach, let's jump into it. Big win for you and the team as the Jaguars beat the Jackson State Tigers 40-34 in Jackson. You know, what was beautiful was we scored all kinds of ways, Coach. We scored on field goals. We scored on safeties. A huge kickoff return that was, to me, the difference in this game. But I tell you what, we needed every point to put those Tigers away.
It was a good football game. You know, it was going to be a competitive football game. Their football team came out with a lot of energy. We didn't play as well as I like it in the first half, but it was a good football game, and you're right. I really thought it was one of those games where, you know, you took some punches, but at the end of the day, you know, that's been our motto all year, is that we challenge our guys. We just got to find a way to win. It may not be going according to the game plan. It may not be going according to what you think is the right way. But at the end of the day, proud of those guys, man, how they fought for 60 minutes and found a way to win a football game.
Coach O, you know, looking at the numbers of a football game, the numbers usually don't lie. Jackson State beat us in first downs, passing yards, rushing yards, but that final number, final score, we were the victors. Usually it doesn't happen like that.
Well, I think, you know, that's why you have to look at other stats. You know, you got to look at third down stats. We won third down. And then you got to look at red zone defense. We got touchdowns. We held them to field goals. And you can move the ball up and down the field, but if you're having trouble getting touchdowns, it makes a football game tough. And we were fortunate to be in that game in the first half because our offense played lights out. We give up 5 plays on defense that gave them big plays. But when you look at the overall floor of the game, we dominated the second half, outscoring them 23-10. And also in the yards gained, you look at that, they punted the ball maybe 5 times in the second half. So you look at those stats and you say, well, it was a tale of 2 halves. And we were fortunate to play much better in the second half and really force our will onto an opponent.
Coach, let's jump into first half highlights and show the folks out there in TV land exactly what happened up in Jackson, Mississippi Memorial Stadium. Here you see the J-State Tigers, first play of the game. They bust us in the mouth with a nice long play to start the game. I thought it was going to be a long day, Coach, but the defense was stout. There you see a great sack by Ivy, then a good pass breakup by Intagugo. Ultimately, they got a field goal and got 3 points out of that drive. Skelton's going to come back, and he's going to take one for 29 yards. And whenever Skelton uses his feet, the other team better watch out. Here, Skelton's going to run again for 24 yards, another first down. Then he's going to use his arm and hit Hunter Register for a 6-yard touchdown. And, Coach, it's been really good to see him and Hunter Register get on the same page.
Well, Ted, it's been a great combination down the stretch, and we're looking forward for them to continue the exciting football that they're playing.
Right here you see something that people don't talk about much, but that special team play was big as they stuck the kickoff returner. Then you saw another great defensive play by the swarming defense. Coach, your defense really came to play.
Well, we played much better in the second half. You see that in the first half they was able to get, right here is a chance for them to get close to the goal line. We knocked them back, but too many points in the first half.
Coach, that was a pass interference play before that touchdown that didn't look like a pass interference. And you ask yourself, how does a ref miss it when he's right there on top of it?
You know, sometimes you got to play the next play. That's what we tell our guys. They're human and they make mistakes. And, you know, that's how I look at the game of football. You know, you want certain things to happen, but guys make mistakes, and you just got to keep playing.
You saw another sack by Jalen Ivey, another great swarming defensive play, sack by Lewis and McGregor. Then you see Skelton's going to run for 18. Devon Ben gets in on the act, and he runs for 9. And then Barajas kicks one from 40 out, scores 10-10 at this juncture. Then the J-State Tigers come back, throw one, and it gets intercepted by Brumfield. That was a great play by him, Coach.
Well, he's stepping up, a senior that's playing really well down the stretch for us.
You saw Skelton hit Bedford for 8. Then he hits Hunter Register for 43. Then Washington rushes one for 11. Then Skelton takes one 29 up the middle of the field. Touchdown. Jaguars are up 17-10 at this juncture. Good tackle right here by Tamara Smith in the wide open.
Well, I tell you, when you look at it, you got to say, you know, it's plays to be made, Todd. And at the end of the day, you got to find a way to get guys on the ground. And I thought Smith was one of those guys that played like that on Saturday.
Score 17-17 at this juncture after you saw J-State score. Then we got a fumble on the kickoff. Coach, what happened? Was he trying to change hands with the ball and dropped it?
No, he just got it ripped out. Yep, just got it ripped out of his hands.
So there you see the defense standing stout. Then they hit one for 34. Scores 24-17 at the half. Jackson State Tigers over the Southern University Jaguars. When we come back, we'll look at the second half highlights on the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Dawson Odums. Stay with us.
Where's everybody going? This game's not over. So we're not the best. Our kicker stubbed his toe on the ball, and pretty sure our mascot has this costume on backwards. But this is our team. No matter what.
Come play like a star, where the rewards and thrills never end at Hollywood Casino. Eat, play, and win big from our epic buffet, open from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. every day, to our awesome Players Club that gives you the most back. Come and play the hot new $64,000 Hollywood High-Low game on Fridays from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. You could be called to play. Just guess if the next card will be higher or lower, and you could win. Only at Hollywood Casino, Baton Rouge.
Welcome back to the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Dawson Odums. Coach, you know, didn't get to ask you this in the first segment, but, you know, great night by your quarterback, Ladarius Skelton. 3 TDs with his feet. You saw some in the first half. 1 through the air to Hunter Register. But just his sheer elusiveness, you know, you say you don't want him to run because you don't want him to get hurt, but that's really the beauty of his game, the fact that he is so elusive when he runs the football.
Well, you're correct. I think he's a dual threat quarterback, and it gives us an added dimension in that backfield when we have him running the football. He's done a great job. He's played really, really well in the month of November, and we're going to need him to continue to play well if we're going to be successful. He missed some throws Saturday, but at the end of the day, we win that football game because he's at quarterback, and he did an outstanding job for us of commanding the offense and really going to the right place with the football. And I think if he continues to improve in that area, he's going to make some of those throws, and we're going to connect. We're gaining on it. We're getting better as a football team, but we know our offense starts with him.
Coach, on the defensive side of the ball, you know, we're still giving up a lot of points, but impressively, we had a couple of fourth down stops, a couple of red zone stops, and you know, when it's really all said and done, that's what matters. And it seems like your defense is coming up at the right place and the right time, making those stops.
Well, the biggest thing is the 3 runs we gave up, the 3 big runs, and we've been playing really good run defense all year. And we looked at the film, and it's just fit issues, just some guys really trying too hard to make a play, and just all they got to do is really focus is doing their job. But we get a bye week to really correct some things that we've been doing wrong. And this football team is that's what it is. It's a football team. We win games together, whether it's special teams, offense, or defense. We play well as a team, and we're not a dominant team, but you see during the course of a football game, you see bits and pieces of domination, and our job is to try to get that to be consistent.
Let's jump into those second half highlights and show the folks exactly what happened in the second half at Mississippi Memorial Stadium. Here you see the Tigers over snap a punt, and we get a safety, which was great. We needed those 2 points. Scores 24-19 at this point. And then lo and behold, a great return right here by the Jaguars to put us in good position. You see Skelton is going to hit Ben right there for 7. Sims is going to run for 9. And then Skelton's going to take one around the end for 22. And, Coach, this is one of those moments where you say that guy has that it factor.
He has it, and I really think in the month of November, we're starting to see the same guy that finished the season a year ago as the quarterback for the Jags.
26-24 at this juncture. Tigers got the ball. Great D right there. Another great defensive play. They have to settle for a field goal. Scores 27-26 at this juncture, Jackson State. But, you know, special teams are a special part of the football game. And on this night, Hinton had a great moment that'll live in Southern University, Jackson State lore forever. A nice 87-yard touchdown return to put the Jaguars up 33-27. Coach, when you get a score like that, it really, really lifts your guys, doesn't it?
It does, and I think this is the 7th straight year where we've had a special teams touchdown. So it's a tremendous job. We've gotten so much better from the start of the season to where we are now. Coach Cordova has done an outstanding job of getting those guys in better position.
You saw the Jaguars play some good defense. Ben runs for 8. Ben's going to run for 5. Then we get back on defense. Great defense by Davis and a swarm of Jaguars. Then you're going to see Skelton take one for 21 up the left side. Skelton's going to hit Hinton for 14. Coach, Hinton wasn't a name you heard much in the beginning of the season, but the young man's making a name for himself in the second half.
Yeah, just put the ball in his hands. He's reliable. He can catch the football. He can run the football, and you know that's what we expect from him. That
play, Ladarius Skelton had the whole Mississippi Memorial Stadium faked out. Everybody thought the running back had the ball, and the fake was perfect because the kid sold it. He dove into the line. They tried to tackle him, and Ladarius was scot-free around the right end. So, you know, again, Jaguars play stout defense. They get a late touchdown. Ultimately, final score, 40-34. Great win, Coach. Coach, you had to be pleased with the outcome of that game.
It's always good to win a game like this when you're in enemy territory, you're on the road, you're in a hostile environment, and for those guys to go down at the half and come out and then come back in the second half and find a way to win a football game. I mean, your character is always on the line when you talk about sports, but I mean, I think our fans can be proud of the effort that these guys give, and they got that winning mentality, and what's behind that third reel called heart. They come to play, they bring it every week.
Well, there you have it from the coach. When we come back, we're going to have the Alpha Media Players of the Week and the Coca-Cola Players interview on the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Dawson Odums.
Diseases from smoking kill more African Americans each year than car crashes, AIDS, and murders combined. In the U.S., about 1 in 5 African American adults smoke cigarettes. It's estimated that each cigarette you smoke shortens your life by 7 minutes. That's 7 minutes less to spend time with people you love doing what you love. Each time you smoke a cigarette. Is it worth it? Smoking affects us all.
Where your seafood comes from has everything to do with its flavor, its quality, and even its safety. Cheap imported seafood raised in ponds overseas has nothing on the incredible flavor and quality of the fresh fish, shrimp, crabs, and oysters caught right here in Louisiana waters. We all know that the best dishes are made with the best ingredients, and Louisiana seafood is the best you can buy. So know what you're buying and make sure you're serving delicious Louisiana seafood. Because when you know better, you eat better.
Hi, I'm Coach Dawson Odums. And if you're looking for a great new or used car, Jerry Lane Chevrolet invites you to come and check them out. Whatever your taste in vehicle is, they got a great lineup to fit your style. And most importantly, your budget. Personally, they're taking care of me with this great truck. I'm a big guy, and this a big truck. It's roomy and comfortable, and it has to get up and go when I need to get up and go. So remember, whatever your taste in vehicles, come visit us at Jerry Lane Chevrolet. Go Jags!
Welcome back to the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Dawson Odums. Of course, want to invite you out to Hollywood Casino and register probably for the last pair of Bayou Classic tickets they've been giving away. They've been giving away 13 pair during the course of the season, so I'm sure it's about to wind up and choose that last pair. So get by here and get your name in the pot. Coach, each week in this segment, we have our Alpha Media Players of the Week. Who are the Alpha Media Players of the Week on offense, defense, and special teams?
Well, offensively, our quarterback, Ladarius Skelton, did an outstanding job both throwing the football and running the football. Special teams, B. Hinton had another outstanding day. That's back-to-back return games for him where he's had a touchdown return. And then you look at defense, I thought Jalen Ivey was special on Saturday. He played extremely well. Those are Alpha Media Players of the Week.
Well, Coach, after the game, we actually caught up with Jalen Ivey, Hunter Register, and Ladarius Skelton, and Joe Dupree filed this Coca-Cola player interview.
Well, Todd, it was a grimy game here at Jackson State. Jalen Ivey, man, you showed up big. 3 sacks, 7 tackles. First time I've ever seen the run just inundate the defense the way it did. How can we improve on that?
First of all, I got to give credit to J-State. They had a really good game plan against us, but at the end of the day, it all starts up front. D-line we got to play a little bit tougher in the first half. I feel like we weren't all the way locked in, but when we needed stops, we got them.
Definitely did. On some of the fourth downs, you showed up and showed out. How did that feel, just shutting them down when they were trying to go for it on 4?
Oh, it felt amazing. I mean, the rest of my defense freed me up, and our coaches, we had good calls all day. It's just when we're time to ball out next, we ball out next every time.
Next game, Grambling, big time nemesis, Bayou Classic. Yes, you ready? How you doing?
Oh, we're gonna be ready. We got this little bye week to tune up some things, make some corrections, but Bayou Classic, we're gonna be ready.
I'm here with Hunter Register from Lafayette. Big game tonight, Hunter. 1 touchdown. Y'all were definitely out there catching the ball when it counted. How did that feel?
Felt good, just to put our team in the best position to win.
Well, as this game progressed, what would you have to do, and what did you do to get more open and get those catches in key times?
Just create separation at the top of the routes. That's all it was to it.
Well, we're moving on. Next big game, Grambling. Are we prepared for the Tigers?
Yes, sir. It's the next game, and it's the most important game because it is the next game.
We're here with our quarterback, Ladarius Skelton. Ladarius looked like the first half couldn't get any rhythm going, threw an interception, but second half adjustments were made. Let's talk about that. How did it feel making those adjustments?
It felt great. We just went inside and told them, everybody to settle down and let's play our game. They couldn't play with us, so we knew that. We just had to stop making the small mistakes and capitalize on the small mistakes so we can win this game.
Well, you did great, man. Listen, you worked it out. Threw 1, 2 on your feet. You are a scrambling machine. When you see that, does sometimes you say, man, I need to pass it, but you see the opening and you go ahead and run it and scramble?
Man, when I'm scrambling, when I see end zone, it's all end zone for me. I'm ready to get there.
Next big game, Grambling State. What can we expect?
To get better this week and go take that dub, baby.
You heard it right here on the Jaguar Football Show.
Thank you, Jalen. Thank you, Ladarius. Thank you, Hunter. And thank you, Joe, for that Coca-Cola player interview. Coach, you know, looking back, that J-State team was actually a pretty good team. Do you think they can pull it out this coming weekend in the Soul Bowl against Alcorn?
It's going to be tough, you know, but I think, you know, that's a rivalry game, and they're going to get up for it. It's going to come down to mistakes. And, you know, one thing about it, you see that with a young football team is that, you know, you got to have that winning edge. And when it comes to close football games, you can see teams that's been there, and you somehow find a way to make a play. And that's a championship character football team. And that's what I think you're going to have to do if they plan on beating Alcorn this Saturday.
When we come back, we're going to look ahead to our traditional open week, and then, of course, our last game of the SWAC season against our arch rival, the Grambling State Tigers. Stay with us on the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Dawson Odums.
Where's everybody going? This game's not over. So we're not the best. Our kicker stubbed his toe on the ball, and pretty sure our mascot has his costume on backwards. But this is our team. No matter what.
Come play like a star, where the rewards and thrills never end at Hollywood Casino. Eat, play, and win big from our epic buffet, open from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. every day, to our awesome Players Club that gives you the most back. Come and play the hot new $64,000 Hollywood High-Low game on Fridays from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. You could be called to play. Just guess if the next card will be higher or lower, and you could win. Only at Hollywood Casino, Baton Rouge.
Welcome back to the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Dawson Odums. Of course, this is our traditional open weekend this weekend. No football for the Jaguars, but the work continues as Coach and his staff are going to be looking at future Jaguars and as they hit the recruiting trail. Coach is not going to tell me any names of players that he's looking at or recruiting, as has been his tradition for 8 years. But specifically, I'm asking him, what positions, Coach Odums, are you looking to fill for the 2020 Jaguars?
We're really looking at the offensive line, always looking at defensive line, linebackers, safeties, and the rest of our team is coming back. So we just, you know, what people have to understand is that you can't just stockpile players. You got guys that are on scholarship, and sometimes it takes a little while for them to develop, but you only get so many scholarships. And so what we try to do is fill the positions of needs, and those are the positions of needs. And if we can get the right guys at those positions, then hopefully we can remain consistent and be in the hunt again next year.
There he is. No names. But anyway, Coach, give us an injury update on where the Jaguars are as we head into the 2 weeks before the Bayou Classic.
Well, we're booted up, banged up, and, you know, we got a lot of guys that are just recovering. Hopefully this week we get some guys that are about 60, 70% to 100%. It's been a long season, and we needed this bye. It come at the right time. Hopefully we can get those guys healthy.
Coach, Grambling was banged up earlier this year in the beginning of the season. They seem to be coming around and getting healthy as the season moved along. What do we know about the Tigers, and what do they like to do on offense and defense?
Well, the biggest thing is offensively, they have a pretty good quarterback back there. His bottom is pretty good. He can throw the football. He can run the football. Talented receivers, good running backs. They got a mixture. Orlando's done a great job of throwing the football and mixing in the run. Defensively, they're running that 3-3 stack. They're going to blitz you. They're going to try to stop the run first. But this is one of those teams where they know who we are. We know who they are. It's just going to come down to players making plays, and as coaches, you got to put them in position to make plays.
Coach, you know, Perry White and I were talking on the way back from Grambling, and he brought up this stat. You're actually 49-18 in the SWAC, which is pretty impressive for any coach. And we're looking to see if you can pad that winning percentage with one more game.
Well, the biggest thing is being consistent in October and November. People know that our football team get better as the season go along. That's been a trademark. And you just look at October and you look at November, and it's all about how we set it up and what our philosophy is, and we just try to focus on those things.
There you go. When we come back, we're going to close up this week's edition of the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Dawson Odums.
Diseases from smoking kill more African Americans each year than car crashes, AIDS, and murders combined. In the U.S., about 1 in 5 African American adults smoke cigarettes. It's estimated that each cigarette you smoke shortens your life by 7 minutes. That's 7 minutes less to spend time with people you love doing what you love. Each time you smoke a cigarette. Is it worth it? Smoking affects us all.
Where your seafood comes from has everything to do with its flavor, its quality, and even its safety. Cheap imported seafood raised in ponds overseas has nothing on the incredible flavor and quality of the fresh fish, shrimp, crabs, and oysters caught right here in Louisiana waters. We all know that the best dishes are made with the best ingredients, and Louisiana seafood is the best you can buy. So know what you're buying and make sure you're serving delicious Louisiana seafood. Because when you know better, you eat better.
Hi, I'm Coach Dawson Odums, and if you're looking for a great new or used car, Jerry Lane Chevrolet invites you to come and check them out. Whatever your taste in vehicle is, they got a great lineup to fit your style, and most importantly, your budget. Personally, they're taking care of me with this great truck. I'm a big guy, and this a big truck. It's roomy and comfortable, and it has to get up and go when I need to get up and go. So remember, whatever your taste in vehicles, come visit us at Jerry Lane Chevrolet. Go Jags!
All right, Coach. So the street committee has been talking, and you know the way this thing works out is if Alcorn loses Saturday, the SWAC championship is in Baton Rouge. But if Alcorn wins, we have to go back up to Alcorn. Now, I'm not skipping over Grambling, but I'm just offering you some positive inspiration here in regards to this coming weekend.
Yeah, I think everybody understands the dilemma that we're facing, and I think our football team is going to be ready for the challenge that they possess.
There you have it. Go Jags!